Inspired by sound.
Ladies and gentlemen, please don't adjust your set. There's nothing wrong with it, I promise. Everything will be fine and back to normal very, very shortly. Don't worry, you're going to have a regular video any moment now.
Hello, it's me. The normal me this time. Welcome to video number 42 of Inspired by Sound. This is the Life of the Universe and very strange speaker video, I guess. So, this track, this one that you're hearing in the background, is an amalgamation of, well, apparently 8 years of work. I wrote the underlying track for this in 2010 and forgot about it summarily. I then got a library called Super Audio Cart from Impact Soundworks, which is linked in the description, of course, and I added noises to it and a drum beat and ran it through an old Asus Transformer book, thanks to Derek Lane of Lane's Audio, who you can also find in the description. And, well, that's the result, you see. Very fun, very quirky. It's a games console. It's a games console that doesn't know what it is. It's got noises from Game Boys in it and Sega Mega Drives or Genesis if you're in the States. And, well, I thought I'd do something a bit fun with it. So why don't I show you what it sounds like, again, without my talking over it in the beginning. Sounds like that. And then it has an impulse on it, which is the Transformer book. So an impulse response, for those of you who don't know, is, well, I can't explain it as well as some people, but in essence, it's something that allows you to put the sound that you're using in a certain space. In our case, or in this case, through the speaker of a Transformer book, which is sort of like a tablet deal. Lots of impulses exist on the web, and you can put your mixes and your vocals in all kinds of wonderful and strange places. So, for example, you might want to stick your mix in Wembley Stadium. So maybe someone did an impulse of Wembley Stadium, and you could put your mix there and make it sound like it was a live concert. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this impulse here of the speaker, and I'm going to bypass it for you so that you can hear what that might sound like. So I'm using the Logic Space Designer plugin, which is a reverb plugin. So here's the track now as with the impulse, and I bypass the impulse. And now the impulse is on again. So it completely changes how the sound is and how the track is. So if I play that intro with the impulse and then without, you'll hear what it sounds like from the start. Alright, and now again, bypassed. So it's as if we've gone from a handheld device like a Game Boy or a Game Gear to direct out from your television instead. So what we'll do is we'll leave it bypassed for the moment because I want to show you the elements that make up this little track of mine. So let's start with the first sound. The first sound is from Impact Soundworks and is called GB Startup. And if any of you ever had a Nintendo Game Boy back in the day, that's the noise you would get when you turn it on. Very distinctive. You can't miss it. The next sound I just called Enter, and it's just called Major 7th ARP Stab. Now it just goes across the whole... I didn't ask you anything, madam. My tablet is deciding it wants to talk to me. I don't know why. Anyway, as I was saying, this is the Major 7th ARP Stab, and it goes across the keyboard. So I picked D because the piece that I wrote is in D. And that's how I sort of made it as if you'd hit the start button or the A button on your console, and then you could start playing the game. Next, there's a track called Noises. And if I show you what some of that does, I'm just going to solo it for you. It's playing now. It's got all these wonderful things in it. The actual track, the patch name is FX Menu 3, and it starts low down. Where did it start? Okay, so octave -1 on my 61 key. All sorts of noises in here. That's one of my favorites. If you're a gamer, you probably recognize some of these. And I only used a very small handful of them in this piece. That one in particularly is a jump, I'm pretty sure. Write in the comments if you recognize any of these sounds. I bet you will. They're incredibly fun, and they just fleshed out my piece a little bit. And I just thought it gave it more sort of a retro feeling if I had run it through the impulse, you see. That's why I did that. So that's the whole of the keyboard in that way. It goes on a bit longer. I've nearly played you a great many keys. It should entice you to buy this library, though. This thing has over 1,200 sounds in it, this Impact Soundworks Super Audio Cart library. It's rather phenomenal, gotta say. I mean, why wouldn't you want noises like that in your productions? I do. It's fun. And you can do all sorts of freaky stuff with it. So it's worth doing. I've now played you over 88 keys, by the way, because this thing is long. Fantastic noise, that one. And the thing is, because there are so many, it was easy to miss some stuff I'm producing. So I didn't get to use all of them. And we're back to the beginning. So there we go. That's the noises kit. Then we have a patch just called, I called it drums in the track. It's called 2A03 Ultra C. And it backs up the track from before. So if I solo this, and that's what that does. So the drums, if I go down to my normal value, start, there we go, here. I like to put them an octave up so that I can play them easier. I'm not like crouching down the left end of the keyboard, you see. So these are the kind of sounds you get. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I used the bass drum on the C, the snare on the D, and the E. What else did I use? Oh, I used the E flat for the hi-hat. So that's how the beat goes with that. So what you've got to understand about this is that I only put this together a couple of days ago, but this old school game loop, which is underneath it, I wrote back in 2010 using sound fonts. A sound font from James Bowden, actually, who wrote the MIDI sequencer QWS, which I used to use before I used Logic. And it's a very nice sound font. It's all of 92 kilobytes in size. Yes, you heard right, not megabytes. 92 kilobytes, and it has a full 128 GM set in it. Well, it's not quite the GM spec, but it has a lot of really cool sounds in it, including a drum kit, by the way. This tiny little sound font called Synth Waves, and he mathematically worked out how to make this thing sound good, and he did a fantastic job. So this entire piece, that is all from this sound font, and this, without anything else behind it, sounds like this. And I just bought it into an audio, into Logic as an audio track. Now, if I throw in some drums on top of that, by soloing the two together, and then you see it starts to come together quite nicely. And then if I unsolo that, and you have the other things on top, the noises and whatnot. Now, I tell you what I'll do, just for a bit of a laugh. I'll mute the actual track itself, the melody, this game loop thing, and all you have is drums and noises. So that's what that would be like. So again, this was going to be a very short video, and it really is. I just wanted to show you how this came together. So I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to bypass, or rather unbypass, the impulse again, just so you can hear it as it's supposed to be. And also, I don't know, it just seems fitting. I don't like it like this. It's too clean and too nice. That's more like it. Now look, if I solo these drums, they do sound like they're coming out of a tinny little speaker, and it's gorgeous. It's got to be heard to be believed. It's a joyful sound. I love it. So yeah, there you go. That is this little piece. Cute though it is. Very simple. And all these weird sound effects sound much better on this tiny little speaker, the same way that the drums and stuff do. Here, have drums and noises. Takes you right back, doesn't it? It's a joy. So there we go. That's literally the whole thing today. I'm literally not staying around that long. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope that we will come across each other again very soon, because that's the way we like to roll things. What do you think? I'm going to leave you with a Latino bottle, which has nothing to do with the above piece, but it is a fun little thing nevertheless. So I've been told I'm not allowed to actually advertise Patreon links in YouTube, because YouTube may remove it, the video, or at least not have it in trending or anything like that. So I just mention it at the end. If you want to support the channel, and if you're enjoying what I'm doing, please head over to the Patreon page, which is called /ONJ Music, like my Twitter, and drop us 30 cents or something. I would certainly appreciate that. I hope this message finds you well, and that you have enjoyed this video, and I don't even know what I'll do next. If you have any suggestions for me, I'll be happy to hear those, because that's what makes the world go round, is ideas. So, give me your ideas. I want to hear them. Won't stay around anymore. I'm just waffling now, but never mind. Take care of your fine selves, and we'll catch up again very shortly. I think Nostalgia Nerd says have a wonderful evening, but I don't know what time of the day you're watching it, so I can't say that.